podcast.
The coach Cody Bauza, and being the biggest Colts fan also means I might have the biggest critiques, especially after what transpired towards the end of the season and after the news yesterday.
Oh, so I'm gonna go ahead and just like with the Panthers a couple days ago, I'm gonna let this man go ahead and vent. This is a safe space, remember, Coach. All right, it's a safe space. Just let it all out. Let it all out.
All right. Well, first, I'll just start with the game from yesterday. I didn't expect much. I didn't come in thinking that we were going to win because it was going to be a long shot. One thing I am impressed with is just the play of Riley Leonard in general. He came out and he showed that. Sorry, the video started playing here. The whole game started playing on my phone. But Riley Leonard impressed me. Now, that brings up a point that I made the other night about if Riley Leonard comes out and has a good game, does that get people talking about, was the Phillip Rivers signing a bad thing? Is he better than Anthony Richardson?
Right.
There's a few ways that I think you can look at it. One, yes, Riley Leonard did a great job yesterday. Couple rookie mistakes, the fumble was a big one, the kind of boneheaded interception, just throwing it to where nobody was around. That's the thing that you probably expect out of your 6th round rookie pick. So I think that's something you can kind of toss under. I don't think Phillip Rivers or Anthony Richardson makes that mistake. But I also don't think that if you play Riley Leonard, that the Colts are in better shape now than they were, when this whole thing transpired. Like I said, nobody really knows besides the people in the building what his exact medical status was going into that Seattle game.
Right.
Was he actually healthy enough? I mean, he was healthy enough to be the backup, but being healthy enough to be a backup and being healthy enough to be a starter, that's two different things. So I don't disagree with him not playing in Seattle. The Colts defense was just so shaky in general, besides that Seattle game, and a little bit in the first half of the Jacksonville game, but the Seattle game was definitely their best defensive performance, and it ended up, kind of falling apart there at the end anyway. So my opinion is the Colts are still in the same situation, whether they played Riley Leonard or not. But I mean, you look at his stats, and you could say, well, maybe he played against the Texans, B team. That is the case for the second half. First half, he played against the starters. And I mean, he had 2 touchdowns in the first half. 2 touchdowns with well north of 100 yards in the first half, which against the NFL's number 1 ranked defense, what more can you ask? He kept you in the game. And again, another 1 possession, loss for the Colts. It's been kind of the story of the year when it comes to the losses, besides the loss to Jacksonville in Jacksonville. All in all, 21-34 for 270 yards with 2 touchdowns, 2 throwing touchdowns, and 1 rushing touchdown, which I thought the rushing touchdown was the most impressive out of all of them. Yeah, he had the deep ball to Pierce and the good throw, the back shoulder throw to Pierce there too towards the end of the first half. But I think the rushing touchdown is the most impressive because it shows you kind of what his dual threat ability is, and that if he is going to be the backup for the Colts, moving forward, it's a nice play to have in your back pocket. It's kind of like that ace in the hole that you got if you ever need a situation. Not saying that, Anthony Richardson's not a dual threat quarterback. We know that's probably his best feature besides being able to throw the ball 300 yards down the field. And I mean, Daniel Jones was a dual threat. If they sign Malik Willis, whoever, that could be, he's dual threat too. So I think being a dual threat quarterback in Shane Steichen's system is going to be important. And I think Riley Leonard, with the help of, some coaching aspects, decision making, I think he can be, a decent backup quarterback for the Colts.